Today we're going to show you my way of painting the tin roof on a corn crib.
So what's the importance of this, Mom?
Well, I primed this tin and then I paint it the final coat because the final coat helps keep the tin in good shape. The corn crib needs tin replaced because there's a hole in the roof. The tin blew off. If we don't replace it, the trusses and the wood for the framing of the corn crib will rot. And it rots, the roof falls in. But then we no longer have a corn crib. The best thing to do is upkeep, because then you don't have to put a lot of money into it in the very end. You want to save the old buildings. You want to save the old buildings. You want to save old people. Just don't dispose of everything because it gets old. Some things, yes, but not everything. And I'm not sure that this is how you're supposed to do it. This is the way we're doing it. I say it's my way painting because I don't follow the rules. I just do what I think is going to work. However, this tin has to be painted a certain way, so I did it my way because that's the paint that I had. I don't know if it works because I've never painted a corn crib roof before, but it's at least gonna preserve it for at least 10 years, I'm hoping.
It looks fancy.
Well, you know how I like my sparkles. But this is enamel paint. He said to use latex, but he couldn't find latex, so we're using enamel. We'll just see how long it holds.
I have that issue sometimes as well.
Why, you paint a lot?
Yes.
When I was younger, my mom, loved to change wallpaper. So I could tell you we'd probably change wallpaper every 6 months in the house.
It's one of my favorite pastimes.
I've never seen you paint. It's always a good idea to prime first. Even though they say paint has primer in it now, I don't really think there's a whole lot. They say there's primer in paint, but there's not a lot of primer. So your first coat is basically a prime coat. Your second coat is your actual coat, and then a third coat would actually make it more true and last longer. True as in true to color, if you're going for color. You have to prime it because otherwise the paint will not stay. I don't care what they say. Oh, that's so pretty. What's my favorite color? Anybody know?
I'm guessing from what you're doing, it's gray.
Nope. Close.
Silver.
Yes. Silver.
Big Mama ain't afraid to kick butt and...
Big names?
Yeah.
That's what they say. I don't even need to know their names. We're gonna have to pick that piece of tin up, whichever the best piece is. I'm gonna have to scrub it, wash it, and then I'm gonna have to prime it, and then I'm gonna have to put the top coat on. And that's a process. And I don't know if I need to put, I might put 2 coats on this one. I'm not real sure. But 2 coats would definitely last longer. Ooh.
Do you usually 2-coat everything?
Usually, especially if you use primer, because then your coat is more true, I guess you would say. Color is more true. The actual, you won't see as many brush marks. Normally you would be using a roller, but my husband didn't get me one, so this is what he gets. He gets paintbrush. And from the bottom, you won't see it on the roof anyway. When you put it on with a paintbrush, it goes on thicker, than a roller.
So it's better for the roof? A lot of sun, a lot of rain?
It should last longer, but maybe not. I don't know.
Never
I'm
done
not
it before?
professional, so you never know.
You didn't grow up painting?
Oh, I grew up painting. And I changed wallpaper in the house like every 6 months. My mom changed the kitchen wallpaper. So it wasn't wallpaper, it was paint. So yes. But that's different than tin. I've never painted tin before, so worst case scenario, somebody will have to get up there and paint it at some point in their life.
And that would be me?
Probably. I know how much you like to paint.
I told you.
So you're gonna have to help me pull that out so I can scrub it.
Can I ask why you paint in the dark or half dark? Like I walked in here, it's pitch black. I had to add this little bit of light just so I could see you.
I didn't want to see it. I don't know, I just did.
Yeah, but you paint in the dark normally. I'll walk into the barn and it'll be pitch black.
That's not true. I was painting. I didn't want to open the door because the floor is dirt, and I didn't want the wind to blow dirt onto the paint.
Well, I have
Because then
to.
you have bumps and bumps in your paint. By the way, you know how to save your paintbrushes, right?
I don't
If you're
paint.
going to reuse them, you put them in a plastic bag. I put it in a Ziploc bag because I usually use it the next day. Zip it up and then stick it in the refrigerator. Preferably in like a garage refrigerator where isn't any food because it will absorb the smell. But then you can reuse it the next day. You can use it for a long time. It'll stay soft for a while.
Well, if you have to get up early for work and you have the paintbrush in your normal refrigerator and you open that up to grab your lunch, you'll wake up quicker.
And then at lunchtime, if you like the taste of paint, that would be great. I wouldn't recommend it. Whatever.
It's not lead paint anymore. It's safe. FDA approved.
No. You just blew all the dirt onto my wet paint.
Here, I'll blow it off.
That's not how that works. Oh, for the love of pizza. I love pizza. I got it, don't worry.
Okay.
I'm used to doing it by myself. Those baby ants? Yep. Carrying their baby eggs. Oh,
Sorry, that was really close.
that was.
So we pulled this tin and we're gonna use it, but there's a lot of babies.
Still gonna use her.
I apologize, Aunt Colony. Your time has ended.
Watch out.
Ants aren't good for your property, are they?
I don't know the answer to that question. I don't want to spray your.
You don't want to spray me?
Ready? Are you ready?
No. So about how long till we can use this tin now?
After I scrub it down and it dries, and then I paint it. Look at the little bastards.
Don't want them in the house.
Do not want them in the house. No, thank you. Don't do the buggies. No buggies of any sorts. No ants, nothing. I don't want to add these ants, and I don't want to add the ants you're related to.
Say that again.
This is my plastic bag that I use to put in, but you can use a walnut bag too. It works just as well. I just prefer to do, I don't know. I guess I just don't want to dig for a walnut bag or a Kroger bag or an Aldi bag or actually Aldi bag won't work.
Well, I would think too, if you're using multiple different paints, that you could actually see what paintbrush that belongs to, right?
Yes, and you could label it if
Yeah.
you wanted to take the time to do that, but I don't because, I know what I use it for, so always listen to your mama. Unless she's giving you bad advice, which doesn't happen very often, but some mamas aren't great mamas, but, they do the best they can.
Are you struggling?
And actually, I think the last nozzle head was your fault.
How was it my fault?
Because you were spraying the tin. We were spraying the tin and there was a whole bunch of ants and you got sidetracked. So then I dropped the hose down. Heckin' eater. Woo! That's not supposed to happen. Iris loves water. Iris. Oh shoot, I broke it. Biscuit ears.
What?
Dag-nabbit. Dag-nabbit. I broke it. Shish kebabs.
Get a new one.
That was a new one.
Oh, my bad.
Shish kebabs. Hold this, will you? Spray head nozzles and I don't get along because I'm in a hurry, so I just
toss the hose on the ground, and then I end up going through a lot of nozzle heads. Probably 2 to 3 a year.
I don't care.
She's just dragging everything behind her because you don't care because you're upset.
Why doesn't this work now?
You probably kinked your hose back there. Oh.
Oh yeah.
So I'm done painting the tin. It's somebody else's turn. I'm gonna pass it on to my husband to see if he actually gets it finished this time.
So after my wife painted all the tin, then it was my turn to install it. However, I felt the need to delegate it to someone else.